kickback on a Friday night. I had promised you guys that each and every Friday night I was going to come on live and show my face. So here it is. Here it is. Here's the Friday night face. She's back. And yeah, so I know most of you guys will probably catch this on replay, but that's not going to stop the show. One monkey don't stop the show. So we're going to go ahead and go live, talk about a little something. You know, for these, I don't usually have a bunch planned. Because it's just like I just wanted to show up for you guys and just consistently be visible. So I don't have a lot planned. I have a little something to talk about just in case y'all want to be slow to come in the comments and slow to come on the live. But I will point out that if you notice this week, oh wait, hold on, you like my shirt? Hold on, you like the? Oh, y'all can't see I got a little cleavage showing tonight for you guys. These little shoulder pads, because it's 33 degrees outside, guys. It's 33 degrees and it's freezing cold. So I just have my little sweater with these extra shoulder pads. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But I want you guys to notice that I am earlier tonight. Because I know a lot of the folks in London, Europe, Berlin, Tokyo, they're probably just getting up, or they'll probably getting up in a few more hours. A lot of y'all are from overseas and catch me like on the replay or really late if you have like some insomnia or anything like that. DB, what's up? You know, catch me when you guys have insomnia and stuff like that. A lot of folks from the Middle East as well who are on bases over there. So I tried to come on a little bit earlier tonight, just so I didn't like have you guys be up too late. But anyway, we're here for the new year. We're back. I see some familiar faces, but you guys know the deal, right? You know the deal, right? You come on in, introduce yourself in the comments. At least let me know where you're watching from so I could at least shout you out. And then let me know what you're sipping on. Yes, we got our It's Kells mug. That's my little lip gloss right there, guys. But we got our It's Kells mug. Some of y'all who was with me from the beginning actually copped this merch. DB, did you get a mug? Let me know if you got a mug, DB, because I know you've been here for a long while. But some of y'all caught this merch way back when I was going live for the 7-day itskellscollective challenge. And my friend Anna and a couple people have asked me to bring back the merch. So I will try to see if I can bring back the merch. But my real thing that I want to do for you guys is I want to consistently go live. I want to consistently go live and just at least show my face on Friday nights and things like that. So come on in, smash that like button. Let me know in the comments where you are watching from and also what you sipping on tonight, right? Usually I got a little brown liquor. Sometimes I got lemon water. Tonight I got some green tea. You know, it's 33 degrees outside, guys. I gotta keep the vocal together. I gotta keep this COVID at bay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and have my little green tea and keep my chest warm. Keep my chest warm. Let me adjust this. And you guys can see in the background, I am in the studio. The studio's still not done. So, you know, let me know. I'll let you guys know. I'll do a whole studio tour. What I want to do is pull down this mirror behind me and paint the walls white so that everything behind me is like crisp and white, and so your girl can pop off the screen. DB, I'm a little bit disappointed that you didn't cop a mug. What was going on, bruh? What was the problem? What was the problem? You should have got one. Anyway, yeah, so thank you guys for joining. Please smash that like button as you come in and chime in the comments so I could see. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay on the video, and I have my laptop here so I could actually read y'all comments and interact with you a little bit better outside of the broadcast, outside of where I'm, my phone where I'm broadcasting from. So chime in the comments and let me know. What I'm not seeing, and what's slightly annoying me, is that I am not seeing my live on my channel. Oh, there you go. There's the live on the channel. So let me go ahead and click that so I can see what you guys are talking about and things like that. All right. So what are we talking about this week? I don't know if you guys saw that I posted in the community section of this channel. I was saying, please try to do your vision boards this week and how important it was to do your vision boards. And some of you might call it superstitious. Some of you might call it spiritual. All of the above, but this week was a very powerful week celestially, you know what I mean, in the cosmos for you to do your vision board. And if you don't know what a vision board is essentially like a document that you put together, that you cut out images from magazines or newspapers or any kind of periodical. You can cut out words, you can cut out your mantra, anything. Basically, you're crafting a visual representation of what you want to see for the year, right? And then you can do it in different areas of your life. So you can do it in career, you can do it in love life, you can do it in health, you can do it in wealth, anything that you want to do. Any area of your life that you want to set a vision for or set a goal for, you create a space on like a poster board or so, and cut out images and craft that vision for yourself. And funny enough, funny story is that I wanted to do a vision board with my girls, and we're all, they all live in different areas of the country, and we said, all right, let's do a vision board party. And so I watch a lot of readers and people who are astronomers and astrologists here on YouTube. And so whenever I hear like a really important date that they mention, I go ahead and put it in the calendar on my phone so I can remember on that particular day there's a full moon, or that particular day Mercury goes retrograde, or on that particular day Uranus goes direct, or Pluto's conjunct the sun, or whatever thing is happening in the cosmos that will have a really big impact on that day. I put it in my phone so I could keep track of it. So I messaged my girls and said, hey, y'all want to do, we were trying to do a trip and we couldn't really get the trip going. I think sometimes we're on a little bit of different wavelengths about that and just life in general. But, you still want to keep your good relationships. So I said, all right, let's go ahead and do, ooh, we're freezing. I hope we're still doing good. Let me see here. I hope so. I don't want to stop the show. Kickback on a Friday. DB, are you still in the comments? Are we still coming in clear, or are we freezing? Let me know. Y'all let me know. Oh, okay. Looks like we're coming in clear. Okay, great. So as I said, I put all the important dates in my calendar so I could keep track of them. So I called up my girlfriends and was like, hey, y'all want to do a vision board? Let's do a vision board party. And we were trying to throw around dates. And we finally settled on the 16th of, thank you, boo. Guys, woo, YouTube. This is what I think. I said this the first time that we had gone live, and that what you guys don't know about YouTube is that you think going live is like, oh, just put on the camera and talk. Like, what's the big deal? The truth of the matter is, YouTube be messing up. YouTube be messing up, and the streams be interrupted, and then you do all this talking, preparing, getting ready, communicating with your audience, and all of that. And the whole thing be disrupted. They'll kick out all the people in the chat and everything. Everything, guys. It's just a mess half the time. It's just a mess half the time. All right, so I'm gonna wait just 2 more seconds and then we're gonna get back into it. Pausing now. Okay, coming in clear. All right, so let me see. All right, it's looking a little bit fuzzy. My apologies, y'all. All right. Are we back? All right. Are we back? Yeah. It looks a little bit fuzzy, but I'm going to leave it as is and continue. So, let me see here. So we were trying to decide. So talking to the girlfriends, talking about the vision board, posted about it on IG. Funny enough, had a couple of men jump in my DMs and ask me about it. And so I sent them some resources and things like that. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's at itskellscollective with 3 S's on the end. And yeah, so I had posted about it on IG, and some men had asked me about it. And plus my girlfriends was like, yes, we're down. Let's do the vision board. So we were trying to throw around some dates, and we settled on January 16th, which is a Sunday, the day before MLK Day. And so I was like, all right, cool. So when I went to put it in my phone just to make sure I locked that date in, because your girl got like, I'd be so all over the place or busy or whatever, you know, have engagements and things like that. If I don't put the date in my phone, like I will miss the whole engagement or the thing we were supposed to do. So in order to avoid that, I went ahead and tried to put the date that we were gonna do like our vision party Zoom meeting with me and my girlfriends in the phone, and we had settled on that January 16th date. And when I went to put it in the phone, I had a big message in the phone about Pluto conjunct the sun on that day, and that it was a very important day to be 100% direct and clear about your intentions and about what you want. And it was a very powerful day to do that, and you would get a lot of leverage from the universe from that. And so I was like, perfect. See how it works? Like, I didn't even have to try too hard to arrange that. Like, literally, I just put down the date that was important to me, and then everything else orchestrated around it. And so I thought that was super dope. And so we ended up doing it. And then the one thing that so all that to say, I really encourage you, if you haven't done your vision board yet, or even like just jot down some things that you intend for yourself this year, or something, document it somehow, what you intend for yourself, or for your life, or for your family, your health, your finances, your love life, anything like that. Put it down in a vision book, so that you can speak clear and unequivocal about what you're moving towards. And that doesn't 100% necessarily mean like you have to put down some strong strategy of how you're going to achieve that. You just have to be clear about what you want. You know what I mean? And the clarity will move mountains on your behalf. But the first step is to know clearly what you want, and not what you think you want, not what people say you should want, not what you see on TV should want, not what people your age should want, should have. No, what you truly want in your hearts of hearts, in your heart of hearts. And when you figure out, oh, you know what? I actually don't want to work a corporate career. I actually do want to travel or be a travel. When you figure out whatever is pulling on your heartstrings, put that in your vision board, and keep an eye on it, and watch things align on your behalf for that vision that is the true speaking of your heart. Right? And it doesn't have to be goals per se, but it can just be like maybe what you want to experience. Maybe what you want to wear. Maybe it's a new car that you want to buy. Maybe it's some new fashions. Maybe you want to redo your wardrobe. I've even seen people do vision boards, put things on their vision boards that they know they're already going to get, so that the alignment, it feels truer to them. So if by next month you are going to get a new car because your lease is up, put the new car on the vision board. You know what I mean? And so when that happens, you're just in the energy of alignment, right? You're in that energy of, I get what I want. The world, the universe is conspiring in my favor. Everything is always working out for me. I'm in a relationship with money. I'm in a relationship with love. I'm in a relationship with good health and career and friends and family and people. And, I'm open to all the avenues through which abundance flows to me. Those types of things. Put them on your vision board. I'm trying to tell you. So another thing is, I'm going to do, you guys know I'm in a new place. So I was thinking about doing an empty house tour. And because I realized that when I went back to do my vision board last Sunday, I was looking at my vision board again, and I was looking at it from 2018, because that was actually the first year that I made a vision board. And when I look back at 2018, there was a house. It was a house very similar to mine in my vision board, because I had been intending to purchase a house since 2018. And so, you got to prep. You put it on your vision board and you start doing what you need to do to get the things in order. And would you believe that some of the imagery that I had put on my vision board for my house, you can see it in my house. For instance, there's certain shape of window that's in my kitchen. It's like a kind of a half circle type of a spoke looking window. And when you look at my vision board from 2018 and you look at the outside of the homes I put there and the interior with the windows, those exact look and design elements that I had on my vision board in 2018 are what you see in my home right now. And there's no cap whatsoever. I showed my girlfriends when we were doing the vision board on the 16th, but I want to show you guys, but I think I'm going to do an empty house tour and then show you a screen grab of my vision board from 2018 of the house I wanted, and then compare it to the house that I do have. Obviously, I can't show you guys the outside of the house, but I could tell you that, what I had in my vision board was very much similar. Very, very similar. DB saying he has written goals for 2022, and I'm making beelines to achieve them. Absolutely, absolutely. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. So that's kind of my vision board stance for this week. I think if you haven't done it, I think right now the week will still be a very good week to do it, and just get it done by the end of January, hopefully, and just try to start the year off on a good note. I know that this whole COVID thing is still going, but we still have the opportunity to shake it off. I feel like for last year was not easy for me. I was not able to shake off everything that we had gone through in 2020. And I had some successes, some material successes in 2021, but emotionally I was still very rocky. And at the end of 2021, I said, okay, that's enough. That's enough. That was 2 years of rockiness, complete rockiness. And now I'm going to shake it off. In 2022, we gotta get a hold of it. We gotta get a hold of everything. So that's what I've been doing for January. Feeling really good despite what's on the news and all of that. I try not to watch news for that very reason, because I want to make sure that I stay focused on picking myself back out of 2021 and 2022, to be honest with you. Let me know if you guys want to know, what really happened in 2021 and 2022. But just know that, 2020, Lord, and 2021. But just know that it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. I see some folks in the room. You know the deal. Come on in, introduce yourself in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from and what you are sipping on. Tonight, I'm just sipping on some green tea, as I said. I'm gonna have to get some more merch so DB can make sure to buy my cup this time and not sleep like he did last time. DB. It's Kells. Why I just dropped the whole cup? Why I just dropped the whole cup? Good thing it didn't break. I just dropped the whole cup. You see what happened when you run your mouth and talk smack? I'm talking smack to DB, and then he knocked the whole cup out my hand. God, DB, it's like that. Anyway, luckily it's good. But what I was saying was I'm gonna have to get some more merch for the collective. You guys know that these lives started way back in 2017 when I was doing the itskellscollective, where you guys emailed in your dating drama, your dating tea to itskellscollective at G. Where you guys used to email in your dating drama, your dating tea to itskellscollective at gmail.com, and I would read the letter out loud here, give you my candid off the dome, give you my candid off the dome reaction, and then we would get the words from the collective as well to give you some feedback, some information, some thoughts on what you were going through, because over here we learn from the collective wisdom of the It's Kells community. But now we've slowed down on that. I did get some emails from you guys in the It's Kells Collective inbox as well, but it was just saying hi, warm welcomes. One in particular was telling me about the language in South Africa. So you guys know, if you've been watching or keeping up with my lives, I've been on this huge Amapiano kick. Amapiano is like deep house from South Africa. And I'm in love with it, right? And so I've been putting different, putting you on to different artists. I could let you know my favorite song this week. I told you guys I would let you know my favorite song each week. So I will do that. I'll let you know my favorite Amapiano song and artist for this week. But we were talking about it last week, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is the main language in South Africa? And I had mentioned Afrikaans. And so I did get an email on my It's Kells Collective at Gmail box saying, Kells, Afrikaans is the main language of the Dutch colonizers who were in South Africa. What's up, Santhia? Santhia is another one who's been here for a long time, girl. Thank you so much for showing back up. I know I've been gone, but I promised that I was gonna come on and show my face every Friday, so I'm trying to do it, girl. So if you can encourage me, I would so appreciate it. Where are you watching from again, Santhia? Remind me. I feel like it may be in the Northeast, but I may be totally wrong. But anyway, so I got an email and he corrected me, and he said Afrikaans is spoken in South Africa, but it's the main language of the colonizer. And so I was like, oh Lord. And so he said, just fix that. And I said, all right, great. So I went ahead and did the research. And so the main languages in South Africa are Zulu, Hosa, New Orleans, Hosa, It's the one with the X, and there's a click in it. South African language is the one with the click, like, the clicks in it. So it's Zulu, Xhosa, Xhosa. I'm messing that up. And then the third most spoken language is Afrikaans, which is of the colonizer. And then the fourth main language, and the language with which all their business is done, is English. So love, love, love Amapiano. I'm gonna let you guys know my favorite tune this week. It's called TJ and Roscoe Chaos, Sam Sokolo. I'm gonna put it in the chat. So you guys could be onto this, because I tell you, it's vibes. It's pure vibes. And let me tell you why I'm kicking it. I'm really feeling it. There we go. All right. Okay. So let me tell you why I'm really into it. I'm usually into, like, smoother things and things like that, but I'm really into it because I feel like for 2022, we need to get our momentum back. We need to get our momentum back. We need to get our energy back. We need to get our zhuzh back. And the vibes that music brings really just puts me into high gear. It puts me into focus. It lets me own my own bliss and my own happiness. And I had put in the title of this video that one of my mantras for 2022 was, or that I was going to share what one of my mantras for 2022 is. And this music is really representative of my mantra for 2022. And my mantra is follow your bliss. That's my own mantra. That's what I have in my vision board. I'm not done with it. I'm talking all this crap. I'm not done with my vision board. I cut out all the pictures, but I haven't, like, glued them down properly. So I'm gonna do that. But some of the words that I cut out had to do with following your own bliss. And I don't know why it's so hard to, like, follow, just do what your heart tells you to do. It's like, I think we're so conditioned to do what we think we're supposed to do. And when I say we, I'm just talking about myself, guys. So you guys let me know what your experience has been in the comments. But for me, I want to follow my bliss. I want to do what my heart, I want to do what my heart is telling me to do, but I'm finding it so hard to pull the Band-Aid off and just go directly in the direction of what I want to do. And it's primarily because my conditioning has been that you don't make a living. You can't sustain yourself doing what you want to do. Look at you can see the ring light and everything in the background. It's because I've been conditioned to, like, not do, exactly. Should I turn this a little bit? I find that a little bit distracting. Yeah, let's do that. It's because we're so conditioned to, do what you have to do or what you're supposed to do. And we don't ever get to just do what we want to do. You know what I mean? And I feel like, the next logical step for me is to follow my bliss and actually do what I want to do, what's in my heart calling to do. And that's one of the reasons why you guys see me back on YouTube. I know media, YouTube, social media has always been the bee's knees for me. Always, full stop. You could look back on all the videos on this channel. I've been on YouTube for probably over a decade, because it was always just fun for me. But it never really popped like how you see other people it pops for. So most people, when they talk about that they're on YouTube, you feel me, Cynthia? Most people, when they talk about, like, when they're on YouTube, they just started it as their hobby and they just like to do it. And then all of a sudden they saw that it could be a viable thing. And then they did it for a while and they started making money. And then they jumped, they quit their job and then they just made YouTube full time. And that's not that wasn't the story for me. I loved YouTube. It was a hobby. I've been on here for over a decade. Now my consistency waned because I did pivot more to I did pivot more to a corporate career. And when you're in corporate, you have to protect your brand a little bit. So it's not like you could be showing your ass on YouTube and then in a business meeting, in the front of the room, like, directing people to respect you. And, especially as a soul that occupies this physique, it's very, you have to be very mindful of your brand, especially in a corporate setting, because, you have to be very mindful of your brand, especially in a corporate setting, because they Google you. People will be sitting in meetings, hearing you talk about business issues, and be dead Googling you, trying to look at your social media online. You know what I mean? So I kind of, once I noticed that, I always had in my head that I was going to pivot to more of a corporate direction. But this year, after the last couple of years, I was like, yeah, corporate is cute. It has bought me this house. It has afforded me this life. I live very well, you know, and well taken care of. But is it my bliss though? Is it my bliss? And the answer to that is no, no, ma'am. It's not. You know what I mean? And so it's like, all right, well, what do you want to do about that? Do you want to try to follow your bliss? Or do you want to continue to take the safe route or the stable route or the consistent route? You know what I mean? And a lot of people I was talking about property investing and looking at trying to invest in some properties, some multifamily properties, like a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex. And the coach that I was talking to was saying, you know, she was saying you want to keep that, you know, keep consistent income coming in. And I said, I feel you. But, you know, in my head, I was thinking sometimes you have to put it in the hands of God. Sometimes you have to put it in the hands of the Lord and just do what he put on your heart. And what he put on my heart for 2022, and my mantra for this year is follow your bliss. Kells will be following her bliss this year. And it seems like the next logical step for me. So I'm going to try to do it with as much confidence and as much courage. And hopefully you guys' support as I can. Yeah. So I see a couple people jumped in the chat. Matthew is over here throwing compliments my way. And you know I love a compliment, Matthew. Flattery gets you everywhere. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. A lot of you guys are oldies but goodies. I recognize your name from when we used to go live all the time in the past. So I so appreciate you guys coming back and hanging in there with me. I don't even know where to look on the camera. Like, I'm like, do I look here or do I look here? I'm just a mess, guys. I am just a mess. All right, so let me see. My laptop is over here, so let me see what you guys are talking about in the chat. I saw DB chime in. I saw Cynthia chime in. What are you guys thinking about your mantra for 2022 and what you want to do for 2022 and what your experience has been? Let me take a look. Let's see. DB's over here calling me DB's over here calling me Butterfingers because I went ahead and I told him he should have bought a mug when the merch was out, and then I went ahead and dropped the whole mug, but luckily it didn't break, thank God. I am a Butterfingers. And it wasn't even any wine or anything in the cup. It literally was green tea. So, you know, what's going on with me tonight? Anyway, Xanthia says she totally understands. DB says, amen. Be what your moment needs to be for this year. 2020 and 2021 were just messy years, but I think it's time to live the life we want to live this year. 100%. Why don't y'all go ahead and click that song that I put in the chat? I want you to hear the vibe that I'm on musically. One thing that I want to just share with you guys is the way that music can cut the energy in the room and shift the energy in the room, I absolutely adore. Like, whenever you are in whatever mood you're in or whatever mood you want to kind of occupy, whatever mood you want to occupy, you can find a song to play to amplify that. And so, like, just likewise, if you want to play some moody, you know, I'm sad music, you could do that. But the Amapiano is definitely a vibe lifter for me. So I definitely want to share it with you guys because that's the energy we're on for 2022. We're done with 2020. We're done with 2021. We need to get it together, pull it together, and get on this 2022 hard because it's only onwards and upwards for us this year, yeah? And that's what I'm on. Okay, so back into the comments. Let's see. Cynthia says, I want to improve my nail stream on Twitch. I love it. Cynthia, tell us more about this nail stream. What is that? I know Twitch is like a streaming platform, but I usually hear the DJs playing on Twitch. So what's your nail stream, sis? Tell us, let us know. Share with us in the comments. And share under the comments in this video as well, so that we can, those who catch us on the replay, because we do have people, especially from overseas and all over the world, who are in the It's Kells Collective. They will catch us on replay, yeah? So make sure to put it in the comments so we can support you, sis. Let me see. I'm in graduate school right now. Matthew said, when I came into the program, as it was my 3rd time in grad school, I just wanted to learn, but now 75% done. I'm at a 4.0 GPA and want to graduate #1 in the class. If you don't do it, #1 in the class, valedictorian? Yes, God, I'm here for it. Isn't that an amazing feeling? Isn't that an amazing feeling? Like, you thought you was just doing it for what was in your heart. And I'll say to you, Matthew, that's probably because you were doing it from a true place of your heart, right? And not just doing it because you think you wanted to do it. Maybe the first couple of times you did it because you thought that's what you needed to do. But it seems like this last time you did it because it was really your heart's desire. And I find in my life is that whenever you do something from your heart's deepest desire, it turns out good. Am I the only one? Y'all let me know. It just seems like it turns out really good when you do something from your heart's desire. You know what I mean? And so valedictorian 4.0, #1 in the class, you better show them. You better let them know, Matthew. So that's your 2022, 2023 upward, of course. 100%. You have the support of the collective, right? So we wishing you all the best. And yeah, good news. You guys, Santi is still letting me know what the nail stream is this year. DB, what's some of the stuff on your goals list? Do you want to share? Do you want an accountability partner? Do you want us to ask you about it every time we go live? Do you want us to ask you about it or support you in any way? Sometimes I find sometimes it's good to sometimes vocalize. Another thing with the vision board, right, is you're actually documenting, or you're bringing your vision from the intangible, which is your wish or your desire, into the tangible by putting it on paper or putting the images together to make your vision. And so another way to make your wish from the intangible to the tangible is to verbalize it to other people. Or even record it on your phone and listen back to yourself talking about what you want. That action of making it more real, bringing it just from a thought in your head and manifesting it into something more physical, whether it be the vision board or whether it be a recording or whether it be something you write in your journal. That simple act of shifting the momentum of what you want can really help you get what you want as well. So if you want an accountability partner, in us, and you say, hey, this is what I really want to do this year, y'all keep me accountable, put it in the chat and let's let somebody know, vocalize what you want, speak on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. DB says Sam Sokolo sounds nice. I can play a lick on this. Nice beat. Yes, still playing my guitar. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I remember seeing a picture of you with your guitar, DB. So yeah, cool. Definitely cool. All right, so you guys let me know. I feel like I've been blah, 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 talking. This is a kickback. We're supposed to just kick it and chill for a little bit. Is there anything in particular you guys want to talk about? I do have one kind of last controversial topic to talk about. And DB, you might have an opinion on this. Take care. Take care, Matthew, and congratulations again, valedictorian. So yeah, let me know what you guys wanted to talking about. I have one. Ooh, my little bra showing. I have one thing, and of course, I always have to respond to my girl Florette. Love Florette here on YouTube, and she did a video recently about like the manosphere on YouTube and how kind of like a little bit toxic it is. And I feel like the woman's sphere is toxic as well, but as women, you always gotta kind of have to like point elbows a little bit. So I think one of the things that she was talking about, and that I've seen recently online, was talking about how it's big business to kind of bash women online, particularly Black women. And dating apps, international travel, and wine recommendations. Oh, come on, Santhia, with the recommendations, sis. Yes. So, okay, I'll talk about it. Um, so one thing that, we were talking about a little bit over on IG on Instagram was like how it's big business and how it's a whole content strategy for some people to talk crap about women online, and they realize that it's a viable source of viral moments. It's a viable source of views and clicks. It's a viable source of outrage, because outrage, like sex, sells. Like beauty sells. You know what I mean? And so it's a viable source of all of those things. Sitting online, running your mouth, talking badly and ill about women online, particularly Black women. And it's really kind of like, I saw it from a while ago when it was smaller, because you guys know I be on YouTube, right? I watch YouTube more than anything. And so I saw it from a while ago, but I know how these things work. I know if you want to, you better ignore it, or you're going to be a part of the momentum of it, even in your outrage. And so sorry, my lashes. And so I saw it a while ago, but I left it alone. But now it feels like it's gotten so big that it feels like it has to be addressed. And I haven't been addressing it. And the reason why I haven't been addressing it, but even though you guys know I talk about dating, I talk about femininity, I talk about travel, international travel, I talk about lifestyle and things like that. And dating is a big part of dating, romance, intimacy is a big part of it as a Black woman. But I hadn't been talking about that, and it's partially because one of my other kind of smaller mantras in this year is to stop caping for things that don't serve me. What do I mean by caping? Captain Save-A-Ho, putting on your cape and trying to save them people from themselves. It's a wrap for that for me. It's a wrap. And I feel like as women, we are very, very, very much conditioned to try to be everybody's savior. And I think by nature, right, because you're a mothering instinct. So of course you want to nurture your children. You have that kind of motherly instinct, most of us do, and you want to nurture, but it's not your job to save everybody. Sometimes you have to let people go to their demise. Sometimes you have to survival of the fit and let people go extinct. I mean, sometimes you have to let people go. If they want to jump off the cliff, what you gonna do? Run after them and jump on their back as they're jumping off the cliff? Let them go. You don't have to Captain Save-A-Ho. You don't have to save everybody. If people want to sit on the internet and bash the most divine creature that walked this earth, what, you're gonna educate them out of their foolishness? You're gonna educate them out of their ignorance? It's not your job to educate everybody. It's not your job to sit there and try to defend or try to get somebody to see it in a different way. Let them go to their demise with their ignorant, self-loathing, Eurocentric mindset. Go see how let it serve you. Watch it and see if it serves them. But I'm not caping for nothing. If I'm not your cup of tea, if I'm not your Kells, itskellscollective cup of tea, then that's your loss. I mean, what you want me to do about it? What you think I'm finna stay home and cry? You think I'm finna take my 2022 year of following your bliss, year of pulling it all back together, coming out of COVID, and worry about you? And why your mother issues and your self-loathing issues and your self-hate issues, how you sitting online documenting for eternity your loathing of yourself and women that are like you? You think you could continue to do that from now till thy kingdom come. I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna do some more merch, Cynthia. I am not worried about it. And so I would say, when you see these, people sitting online, you having outrage about that and playing into that and commenting under their videos or sending it to your friend, all you're doing is amplifying their foolishness. What I say is block, mute, and delete, and keep it moving, and only pay attention to those that are serving you. You know what I mean? Only pay attention to those that are serving you. You know what I mean? DB, I need to hear what's going on. Why are men sitting on the internet speaking so ill of women? You know what I mean? Like, when did it become cool to sit, on the internet and talk like bitches? A bunch of cackling hens. A bunch of cackling hens on the internet. Why don't y'all go build a house? Why don't you go put out a fire or something like that? You know what I mean? Go invest some money. You know, go on Wall Street and, you know, do something, you know, that's making some money outside of buffoonery. You know what I mean? And so, you know, this is probably gonna be the first and last time I talk about it. I did tell Florette that I do want to do a conversation though. Like we might do a StreamYard and go live on YouTube and talk about it, because I think, you know, it may be worth one more conversation. But I'm gonna let Florette know full point blank. If anybody feels like I'm gonna be caping, trying to save some dudes from themselves, you will go extinct off of this earth before you see me trying to save you from yourself. Brother, that ain't my problem. If you hate women, then go find a man. Simple as that. Who that's everybody does that these days. It's straight. You okay? You know, if you hate women so much, why are you running your mouth talking about it? Why don't you go chase after a man? Simple as that. You know what I mean? Like, what's stopping you? What's the problem? Do you, boo? You know what I mean? But stop masquerading as, you know, something that it's not. And I feel like one of the biggest faces on that platform for that denigration of women, particularly black women, he's pretending like he's some alpha man when he's a big chichi man. And if you don't know what chichi man is, look it up. Anyway, I see y'all in the comments. So I'm off my soapbox. Period. Point blank, period. Chichi. Okay? So, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with it, but don't perpetrate as your one thing when you're something completely opposite. Be who you are. We're in 2022. You could be anything you want to be, and everybody's going to raise the flag for you and love you for who you are. So don't sit on the internet and pretend like you're something that you're not, because we can smell a fish from a mile away. Know that. All right. So, anyway, Santi, I'm gonna get some merch, girl. What I wanna do is really, I don't wanna push anything down y'all's throats. What I really wanna do is just be consistent on YouTube, be consistent in sharing, and, you know, build you guys' trust again, and let you guys know that I'm here. I'm showing my face every Friday, and we're gonna make this happen for 2022. And then as I kind of get a feel for what you guys want, we can, create some more merch and do stuff like that. But I'll definitely do it, because I know there's a few of you guys, some oldie but goodie guys who's here with me now, who was like, what happened to the, you know, I didn't get one. And it's because I did a limited run of it. But we'll do something else. Yeah. DB is in here talking about, you know, it's low and quite frankly a dusty move on these men. Like, I think so, DB, but whatever. I'm obviously not a man, so, you know, I can be considered being critical, but all I know is that it's just incredibly unattractive and disheartening for women to see. And actually it's very self-sabotaging. And you can imagine other men looking at your men thinking that you're shooting yourself in the foot and you don't even know it. You're going to be played as a pawn and as an imbecile for doing those types of things. You think you're being on the back of black women, you're bigging up yourself, and you're making a platform on the back of black women or any woman that you're denigrating. And really, you cannot. That's like trashing the earth and thinking that it's going to serve you. That's like trashing Mother Nature and making a mess of Mother Nature and thinking that somehow you're going to be served from that. You may be served for, you know, a limited amount of time, but it's not it's not something that is sustainable. At some point, you are, by hook or by crook, you will reap what you sow, especially when you're messing with divine femininity. So you ain't got to believe me. It's not my job to reap your karma, but just know in the back of your mind, if you feel like you're going to step and squash Mother Nature, if you feel like you're going to step and squash the divine feminine, if you feel like you're going to step and squash black women, I wish you well in your pursuit of that. But all I know from the bottom of my heart, that will not serve you long term. And it's up to you to figure that out. I ain't caping for nobody. You could go to your demise. You can go be extinct as far as I'm concerned. When you realize it's between you and your God to realize your idiotness. Not me. All right, I'm done. I'm feeling like I'm ranting. I'm so ranting. Gosh. All right. Yes. Ha says I look beautiful. Thank you, love. I'm hoping that we're still live here. Sometimes the stream interrupts a bit. Yeah. Anyway, I would love for you guys to smash that like button. I see you guys are coming and going and I so appreciate it, but we're really just kicking back tonight. I got on my soapbox about stop caping for these self-loathing. Stop caping for them. Leave them. Let them go. Stop trying to re-educate somebody out of their what their parents were supposed to do for them. Just because their parents failed them and their education system failed them and their environment failed them does not mean that you have to jump in and somehow try to defend who you are because they come from a failed system. Leave them. Let them go. And you worry about bettering yourself, and those who are worried about bettering themselves you will align with organically. Yeah, and it might take a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes it takes a while to find your community and to find your folks. But by you, giving them currency in the terms of in terms of outrage, it won't serve you in the long run. So let them go. Stop trying to save them. Stop trying to Captain Save a Hoe. Let them save themselves. Let them run till their mouth run dry. How about that? Anyway, we talked about this year's mantras, 2020 mantra. For me, that's follow your bliss. And we talked about that a little bit. Let me know what y'all mantras are. Some of you guys left your goals. DB wants to get back into his guitar. Santhia wants to do her streaming on Twitch, her nail stream. And then Matthew, it wants to, he's going to have a 4.0. He's going to be a whole valedictorian in his graduate class. That's what we're talking about. So come on in. Let me know what you are sipping on tonight and where you're watching from, and I'll give you a shout out when I see it come through in the comments. Yes, smash that like button for me. I would so appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe as well. I'm gonna try to come on every Friday night and show my face at least and just kick it with you guys for a little bit. We'll do a little Friday night kickback. We don't usually have anything too planned. But I know sometimes y'all be like unwinding or cooking dinner or something like that. So come and kick it with me for a little bit and hear me bants and do a little bants. I know my British folks love the banter. You know what I mean? Ooh, hibiscus tea. Yes, that feels feminine. That feels like divine feminine energy to me, Santhia. And so warming because it's literally 33 degrees where I'm at. Like it's literally 33 degrees outside. That's why I'm sitting here in my little shoulder pads, my little extra warmth up top here. My little extra warmth and kicking it with you guys tonight. Yeah. So what else is going on? Why my jacket match my pillow? You see that? Why my jacket gotta match my pillow? Anyway, so Zanthia has some stuff in the comments she said she wanted me to talk about. So what did you want me to talk about? Let me scroll back and see. I think you said, what did you say, Santhia? Oh my gosh, I lost what, oh, dating apps. Woo, child. Okay. So, I'm not on any dating apps. I feel like it makes you too accessible to a lot of scum. That's just how I feel. So on one hand, that's what my heart tells me. It's like, no, it makes you too accessible to losers. And you have to pick through a bunch of nonsense to get to sense. That's what my heart is telling me. But my head on the other aspect is telling me, oh, well, that's how people do it these days. And you are taking yourself out of the game because you're not out there. And, all of kind of the more intellectual things, you worry. The more worries come from my head and the more feelings and how I feel about it comes from my heart. So my heart is telling me, don't waste your time. It makes you too accessible to losers. And my head is telling you, but that's how everyone does it these days. And you maybe want to do it that way too. And are you missing out? And, are you stifling yourself? And more of the worries types of things. Now, I will say this. I know a handful of people that have been very successful. I won't say very successful. I don't know how the journey was. The journey could have been rocky as hell, but ultimately they were able to get married. Are they happy in the marriage? Child, I don't know. Are people happy in marriages? Are they, is it going to be a long-term thing? Is it going to last a long time? Child, I don't know any of that. But I do know a handful of people who were able to make it across the finish line. Yeah, people put me on apps and things like that, and I looked at it for a little bit, and then I was like, Lord Jesus, help me. Can you just help me? And I would pull myself off of them. So I just haven't been back. I do have a one bestie who just went back on an app. I didn't ask her which one she went on. But I will ask her and let you guys know next time what app she's on. But you know, I'm not on any. One thing that I will say is when you come through the Atlanta airport, there's a giant billboard. In on the Delta side of the airport that's talking about matchmakers in Atlanta, and it's like 4 women standing on a billboard. They're wearing red, and it's like, oh, looking for love. It looks professional. It doesn't look like an escort service or anything like that. It looks like it's a giant billboard in the middle of the airport. So it's a lot, you know, it's a lot of money. It doesn't look any like sex work or anything like that. Like it, and nothing wrong with that. Do your thing. You know what I mean? Like do what you need to do. But this particular billboard doesn't look like sex work. It looks like a professional like matchmaking service. And so every time I come, you guys know I travel a little bit. So every time I come through the airport, I always automatically see that billboard. And just like sometimes, every time I see it, I'm like, oh shoot, that billboard is here. And so I took a picture of it the last time, and I said, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll give them a call. Maybe I will, instead of going on the apps and going like the free route or going in the route where you get a lot of like people who would never even come within 10 feet of you, trying to like make you feel bad on apps. I was like, well, maybe I'll do a professional service. You know what I mean? Like, what's that like? Like, what is it like to actually have professionals work on your behalf? Like, what is it like to actually have professionals put you out there? So I do see that every time I come through the Atlanta airport. So I'm like, maybe one day, maybe I'll call y'all and see what y'all talking about. You know what I mean? Because I do feel like I need to get myself back out there. But do I feel like I need to be on Bumble and Tinder and Plenty of Fish and all of that? Speaking of Plenty of Fish, why did I just see that some dude murdered, like, there's a serial killer in DC where I just moved from, the Arlington, Virginia area, which is 4 miles outside of DC Central. Why the hell did I just see that this man is capturing women on Plenty of Fish, the dating app, inviting them to a motel, and then killing them from the damn dating app? Just recently, 2 weeks ago, I saw this. So I was like, y'all got another thing coming. If you finna catch me on a fucking dating app and try to kill me, I'll probably kill you first. How about that? All I'm saying to y'all is be very careful. You know what I mean? Like, do not just run up and meet anybody anywhere because, you know, you think you're trying to date, or you have this air of desperation about you. You know, yes, sis, I saw it. And I was like, oh God, like, where can women be safe? You can't be safe on the internet. These dudes is out here stalking you, or either they stalking you, talking crap about you, denigrating you. On the apps, they're trying to, you know, they're trying to neg you and trying to like point out flaws to try to bring you down to their level so they could get you. Or they all here killing you, either killing you because you with them, or killing because you don't want to be with them, or killing you because they saw you on an app. Like, dude, can we live? When is the pendulum gonna swing back? When are we gonna get it where things are more equilibrium and this toxic masculinity fades into the background where it needs to? That's my real question. When are we gonna get back to equilibrium? You know what I mean? You guys can probably realize that we're going through a lot of shifts right now. A lot of shifts right now. You think this plague they call COVID, you think it's a game. It's a massive shift. It's a massive energetic shift happening on the planet right now. You know what I mean? And so I'm just hopeful that I'm setting intention for us, and when I say us, I'm talking about me and my tribe, that we're going in a direction that is serving us. Hence the whole conversation earlier in the broadcast about doing your vision boards for 2022. Cynthia, girl, have you done your vision board, sis? Write in your journal, you know, put some imagery to what you want for this year, and set the intention, set the direction, and allow the divine to work in your favor towards what you said you wanted. That's what we're doing this year, you know what I mean? And so as we are ushering these changes, you have to be clear about what changes we want to usher in, because the truth of the matter is, if you're into spirituality, if you're into superstition, if you're into law of attraction, everything right now is happening, good, bad, and in between. And honestly, none of it is either good or bad. It just is what it is. And it's up to you as an individual to define what you want, to call in what you want. If you don't do that, you're subject to somebody else in your atmosphere who has a stronger calling, their influence knocking you. You know what I mean? So you got to be focused. You got to know what you're calling in, even in turbulent times. Even when the market sinks, people become millionaires and billionaires. Know that. People hedge their bets. And so what you want to do as we like get into through these changes and things like that is hedge your bet, sis. Hedge your bet, bruh. Like do your, direct what you want in your life so that, you are the most dominant force. You are your most dominant force in your life. And that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, so that's with the dating app. So I think I might not do the dating app, and I think I might try like a professional service. I mean, I'm a professional, so why not try a professional service? I mean, it might work better than these little swipe left, swipe right. I don't like too many people having access to me. Contrary to popular belief, I am on social media. I'm here on Visible. Y'all see my face every Friday. And we are live. So it's not pre-recorded or batched recorded or anything like that. But yeah, contrary to popular belief, I don't love to be accessible to everybody because people, not even your besties have your best intention most of the time, to be honest with you. And I know that point blank. They call themselves your best friend, and you can sense the energy that it's not. They don't have your best interests at heart. They call themselves your friends and your cousin, then call themselves your mom and your dad, then call themselves your brother and your sister, and call yourselves, oh, my bitch, yeah, that's my bitch. They don't even have your best intention, and your heart will tell you the truth. You know what I mean? And so, sometimes I don't like to be accessible like that because I have to be very mindful of my energy and protect what I need to protect. You know what I mean? So I think the dating apps for me, I'm not sold on them as yet. And, time is ticking, but I'm still not sold on them. So I might have to do something maybe a little bit higher caliber or different, and try a professional service. That might be fun. Working with professionals. Yeah. And then international travel. Cynthia was asking me about international travel. Girl, I am trying to get to Africa this year. I want to go to Ghana for the week at least between Christmas and New Year's. I want to go to an Amapiano party in Ghana. I want to live in a nice accommodations. I want my friends from Ghana to host me so that I am there with people who know the place and not just tourists. I want to eat good food. I want to do good shopping. I want my body to be together by then. It's going to be hot, so we're going to be like, we're going to be skin out. We're going to be out. That's what I'm trying to do. Something I want to do, I want to pick back up on my international travel and helping women make travel a bigger part of their lives. And I'm going to do that this year. And I think this is a perfect year because obviously for 2021 and 2020, that was a whole wrap. Some of y'all know, I was supposed to be in Africa for 2020 because I was like, I don't want 2020 to pass me and not be in Africa. Why the whole year gone, girl? The whole year's gone. I didn't go. 2021 felt more rockier than even 2020 to me, but both of those years were a write-off. Though, when you total a car and an insurance agency have to write it off, 2021 and 2020 and 21 was a write-off for me. Now, I'm not going to say I accomplished a lot of things materially, thank God, and I'm appreciative of that. But emotionally, it was such a turbulent time that it's just now that I'm truly getting into the gratitude feeling of the material possessions that I was able to acquire during that time, and just stabilize my emotions because it was so traumatic and PTSD and all of that for those write-off years. So for 2022, I want to go to Ghana. I want to start talking about travel alchemy and the Travel Alchemist Collective, and really pulling a group of women together who really want to make travel a top priority for themselves and how to make it a priority in your lives and their life. And not only that, explain and share how transformative travel was for me. international I'm not talking about yeah, playing, I'm running to Puerto Rico. Yeah, I'm running to Vegas. No, I'm gonna run up to, Chicago. That's not what I'm talking about. Those are like a quick trip. When I'm talking travel, I'm talking long haul, go on the other side of the world or on the other side of the ocean and see how you're received by those people. See how people regard you in London. See how people regard you in Africa. See how people regard you in Paris, especially as a Black woman. It was absolutely so transformative for me to see myself through the eyes of somebody who was not from the New World Americas. Because how we are seen, especially as Black American women on the other side of the world, or not even on the other side of the world, just London, a 6-hour flight. You can get from New York to London in 6 hours. You can get from Miami to London probably 7, 8 hours. It take you that long to get to LA half the time. It take about 5 hours to get to LA. You know what I mean? You can add a couple hours on and go to London and see yourself completely differently. Completely. And it changes your life. For me, it did. And so I do want to pull a group of women together to walk through those things, plan, come up with a personal travel plan, and maybe even bring a few of us to Ghana for 2022, the week between December and the week between Christmas and New Year's. That's my goal for this year. That's my international travel goal for this year. I don't know if I'm going to do much more travel just because of COVID, and also, trying to keep the coins together. My birthday is in March, and my girl Florette's birthday is in March as well. So we might do something. I need to get with her. But if I don't get to travel with her in March, I might do a little staycation or something, like little sexy, little cute, here in Atlanta, and go stay at one of the top hotels here and do a little staycation, get a little massage, nails, hair, all of that done, and do something cute like that. But if not, my goal is to touch the motherland this year. So if you're in Ghana and you want to host, come on. I do have some friends who are already there though, who are from there or who live there currently, that I'm going to be hitting up. So if you're watching this, just know I'm about to call you because I need you to host me in Africa this year. I also want to go to South Africa. It's farther than Ghana. It's all the way at the tip of Africa on the bottom. And it gets cold there. Their seasons are like opposite of ours. So if it's warm here, then it's cold there. And if it's cold there, then it's warm here. So, because they're on the other side of the equator, all the way at the southern end. So I'm like, I have to plan it properly so that I don't end up in South Africa when it's freezing cold. And that's if I travel during the summer. So it might be good to travel there when it's winter here so that it's warm there. But yeah, I definitely want to touch the motherland this year. You guys let me know where you're trying to travel to internationally this year. What's on the list? Like as people are coming out of COVID and coming back into traveling internationally, where y'all want to go? What y'all want to see? Even if you're not ultimately going there this year, where would you like to, what do you want to see? What's on your bucket list? What's on your bucket list? Yeah, knowing the weather of where you're going is really important because you have to recall that, the seasons shift as you shift over the equator. So if you're going south, their seasons will be opposite of what we are doing. Even if you're going like east and then south, they're east, but then they're south. So their seasons are completely opposite. Almost like Australia. You know how Australia, it's like their winter's our summer's their winter. So just be mindful of the weather when you're traveling. And these things we will talk about in the Travel Alchemy group. So I'm going to start to pull that content together for you guys and do that as an offering. And hopefully that will be helpful in getting more women off of the internet looking at these men denigrating women and talking shit, and us into the real world where we can be admired and adored and loved on. You know what I mean? Because honestly, that's really what's out here for us. Really, really what's out here for us. Santhia says she wants to go to Benin, Bali, Portugal, and the Canary Islands. Ooh, Canary Islands, Portugal, Bali's on my list as well. I have a good friend, the Black Bali plug, Deidre, who's in Bali. If you want to go there, she is the 100% girl to hit up. Black Bali plug, Deidre in Bali. Yeah. I also want to go to Seychelles. Seychelles is like a tropical island off of the east coast, northeast or central east, the Horn area, I believe, of Africa. And so I'm like, ooh, I want to go to Seychelles as well, but it feels a little bit too touristy to me. But I don't know. I feel like there probably would be some Aboriginal, Africans on that island. Um, but I kind of want to go to the proper motherland, the continental Africa first before I venture off into the islands. Cynthia, I just put that in the chat. It's the Black Bali plug, and her name's Deidre on Instagram. And so yeah, check her out and look at her photos and images. That will really inspire you to go to Bali. If I could have you guys smash the like button. We've been online for almost 60 minutes now. You guys know on Friday nights, I promised you that I would come on, show my face, kick it with you guys for a bit, and just like do a little kickback on Friday nights. We don't usually have a bunch of topics planned out. We usually just kind of shoot the shit, and talk about what comes up. But I promise you guys that I'm going to be more engaged this year. I'm going to be back on social media. I'm going to be back on YouTube and really lean into following my bliss this year. That is my mantra for 2022. And one of the main things about following my bliss outside of international travel is media and being present with the platform and with the Kells collective. Because with the Kells collective, we learn from the collective wisdom of the community. And so, yeah, I definitely want to pick that back up and be present with you guys. So hold me to it. I'm going to try to go live every Friday. And if I can't go Friday, I'll switch the day. But I'm definitely, for now, we are sticking with Fridays. Yeah? And let me know. Also, let me know, drop me a line. You can email me at itskellscollective@gmail.com. If you have dating drama, dating tea you want us to talk about on the Friday night kickback like we used to do in the 7-day challenge, let me know and we can talk about that too. I do get those emails directly to my phone, so I can see them. So let me know if you want me to talk about anything there. And yeah, wine. I think that was the last thing on your list, Cynthia, is you wanted to talk about wine. Girl, I love wine. There are a couple, we were supposed to go to Napa this year, but of course that trip fell apart. The friend that was supposed to be doing it didn't do it. So the trip fell apart, and because I stopped caping for people this year, I stopped trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho this year. I stopped trying to always overcompensate for other people's, things that they don't want to do or the inadequacies. We ain't go on a trip. And so I sat there and I thought about, do I want to pick this up? Do I really want to make this happen? Do I want to do the research? Do I want to communicate? Do I want to be communicative and, make the plans and try to push us to go to Napa? And I decided not to. I decided to just shut the hell up and see how it would go and if we would actually go, and we ain't go. So, again, I'm not caping for anybody this year. You do what you want to do, and I have to put the spotlight on myself and do what I want to do. So we ain't going to go to Napa, but I had already done some research on some black vineyards that I wanted to go to in Napa. And one of the main ones is the Brown Estate. And it's actually, not only are they black, they're Jamaican. Yes, God. So we have a Jamaican, what you laughing at, Cynthia? They have a black Jamaican vineyard in Napa that I really, really wanted to go to. And so I'm going to try to get that on my list, but Napa's not on the top of my list. But, speaking of wine, that's what, that's one of the things that comes to mind. There's also my stepbrother, he's kind of like a stepbrother. His name is Norty. Norton is in California, and he's a huge wine enthusiast, and everybody who goes out of California, he takes them around Napa and tours in LA and all the, Oakland and, and all the places. So he was giving me ideas of what to do in Napa as well. And so he's given me like such an amazing list, and I'm gonna try to do those as well. Keep those in my back pocket. So when I do go, looks like I'll have to plan a trip, child, if we ain't really trying to go. So maybe one of these days I'll do that. And then he also mentioned, as it relates to wine in Napa, that Sonoma, which is very close in the same area, is just as nice, but it's less touristy and it's less expensive, I think he said. So if you're really into wines and you really want to go to Napa, consider Sonoma as well. And that's what he told me. And he gave me a list of some really good places to go as well. And so if I ever get out there, I'll definitely try those places and share it with you guys, because you guys know I love a travel vlog. You know I love a travel vlog. The last big trip that I did was to Dubai. I have 3 videos on Dubai and just kind of the spirituality of it. And it was a solo trip. It was a 13-hour flight, child. And why I found myself on a doggone Emirates Airbus all the way to Dubai by myself to do kind of a spiritual awakening for my birthday. And those videos are up on my channel. So if you're interested in my international travel saga videos, then definitely take a peek at that. I'll definitely be vlogging any trips that I do. I did go to Dallas last year as well. I want to go to Houston. Those are not international travel, but of course, Dallas and Houston, yes, God. I'm trying to tell you, you know what, Cynthia? Wait a minute, Cynthia, you're in New Orleans and you haven't been in Houston? Child, when I went to Houston, there were so many people from New Orleans. There were so many people from Louisiana there. And the men, scrumdiddly-umptious, sis. Scrumptious, sis. Scrumdiddly-umptious. How are you slipping? Girl, you need to go to Houston. Take a weekend trip to do a staycation in Houston, sis. If they not in New Orleans. But all I know is when I went to Houston, when I tell you, it was snacks, whole meals of men all over. And I was like, where are these dudes from? And they were saying, a lot of them told me originally from Louisiana. So what's going on, sis? It's not that you need to spill the tea, sis. I'm trying to go to Houston for a couple months and just work from there and see what I can pull. You know what I mean? Like, them men was scrumdiddly-umptious. That's all I gotta say. Apartment life view. Want to go to the Mediterranean area, primarily Greece, Portugal, Turkey. All of those places are beautiful. Greece is supposed to be so affordable and beautiful. Portugal is supposed to be so affordable and beautiful. I want to go to Portugal. And Turkey is lovely. I have a couple friends who have gone to Turkey to party. Coincidentally, they party a lot in Istanbul. In Istanbul, Turkey, Lisbon, Portugal. And where in Greece did you want to go? There's a couple of places that you can go in Greece. But yeah, I love the Mediterranean. I'm also wanting to go to the south of France, to Nice, maybe Monaco. Naomi Campbell had mentioned that she went someplace for her 40th birthday. You know, Andre Leon Talley, the big fashion guru guy, he just passed away this week. And so everybody was putting out their tributes. Pause on the tributes. Why everybody died? Like, I know COVID, but my God. First, Virgil in the fashion industry passes away. And then you have Andre Leon Talley pass away. Like, woo, we are taking a collective blow, honestly. A collective blow, honestly. But anyway, Naomi had mentioned, you know, that she went to this particular place for her 40th birthday, and Andre Leon Talley was there and made it so remarkable. And when I was like, where is, she named a place, I didn't recognize the name. So when I Googled it, it was in the south of France. And I was like, of course. You know what I mean? Of course, you know, I was like, dang, I want to get to the south of France as well. So definitely want to try that. I want to go to Monaco for the Formula One. Is it Formula One? Yeah, you know, the race car. Whew, wouldn't that be sexy? Cynthia, wouldn't that be sexy? You know what I mean? Like, I would love to go to a Formula One race. I feel like that's my judge. I feel like I would fit in. You let me know, but I feel like I would fit in there. Yes, Santorini is beautiful in Greece as well. I've heard great things about Santorini. I think Lindsay Lohan used to have a beach club out there. I think it's closed now, so don't quote me. But you know, there's some beach clubs and things like that. Rowan Marley has a beautiful beach club in Mexico. I don't know if it's Cabo or Cancun or where in Mexico, but Rowan Marley, one of Bob Marley's sons, has a beautiful resort in Mexico. And then I think Lindsay Lohan had that one in Santorini, Greece. So I would always love to go to like maybe a resort or something like that. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Apartment Life View, you could also do, there's some yachting clubs that they do, like you get a group of folks together and then you go out on a yacht. You go out on a yacht for a few days, 3 or 4 days. I can't remember the name of the actual groups, but there are a lot of groups that do that, and it's like a whole program. And they have different weekends throughout the year, and they go from the Mediterranean, where you get a group of folks together, or you join a group of folks that are already there, and it's a huge caravan or a huge barge of boats that travel together and go out and party. And so, or I don't even know you. Are you a guy? Apartment Life View. You sound like a guy. You might be a guy. They do that a lot. So look out for those groups as well. I think they're coming back as we get out of this whole plague we've been in for 2 years, going on 3 now. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody keeps passing. I mean, I know we're all going that way, going to die eventually, but geez, it's just blow after blow after blow. You know, starting with, like, for me, Chadwick Boseman was just like, oh my God, like Kobe Bryant, like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Then like Virgil, and we're like, what the heck? And then like Sidney Poitier, Andre Leon Talley. It has just been blow after blow after blow. Sidney Poitier, I mean, who opened so many doors for us as actors and things like that. But like, you know what I mean? It's just been it's been a tough pill to swallow, honestly. Yeah, so it's not so much a cruise. It's a I'm broadcasting from my phone right now, so I can't look it up, but like, oh, maybe I could look it up on here. It's like it's like it's not a cruise. It's a cruise is fun, but it's like more family friendly. But if you're single and popping and dipping and doing it, like how Miss Wendy Williams is doing, I hope she's doing okay. I hope Miss Wendy Williams is doing all right. But there are some yachting. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up right now. See if I can see it. There are some clubs that pull people together and do trips. Mediterranean. Oh my gosh, I can't find it on my. I actually have to go all the way back to Facebook to look for this. If you can imagine that. There's some yacht crew internationals or yacht clubs or boat. Is it Boat Week? What is the thing? Yacht Week? Is it Yacht Week? My girlfriend put it on for me. She used to go. Wendy, Lord, what is going on with our good sis Wendy? You know what it is? I think it's a lot of things. So Apartment View. Tell me your real name, honey. Tell me your name. But for now, I'll call you Apartment. The group is Yacht Week Crew Finder. Yacht Week Crew Finder. Yacht Week is a time during the summer. There's like 8 weeks in the summer that you can get with a crew, and you can get a few people to go, and you go out on a private yacht. So it's like 8 to 10 of you guys. And if you have 4 people, or if you have 6, or if you have like some even number, you can find other people that need to make up the group of 10, and you go out into the Mediterranean and Greece and things like that. It's called Yacht Week. And on Facebook, they have these groups where they're trying to find people, and it's called Yacht Week Crew Finder. So look at that, sis. If you want to do something that's like a little bit cooler than a cruise, but it's like, you know, more vibesy, and like, there we go. I'm putting in the chat. More vibesy and younger and sexier, and you don't never know who you run into, sis. You don't never know Olivia. You never know who you run into. You never know who you're gonna run into. So Miss Wendy, so I think it's a bunch. I think it's a bunch of things that are happening with her. Honestly, I think it's a bunch of things that are happening with her. I think for one, it is her husband, or her ex-husband breaking her heart. I think that's one. I think 2, I think her health is very tumultuous, if not failing. And I knock on wood, hopefully it's not failing. But her health is always very on thin ice. Her sobriety. When you're on media, when you're in media, when you're on television, it's a certain personality that you have. And a lot of times you're a little bit neurotic. Honestly, you're a little bit neurotic. And so with that neuroticism, and she's a New Yorker and she's a New Jerseyan, and folks are really neurotic. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you know, I think her sobriety it was on the fringe. I think her health with the Graves' disease and the lymphedema is on the fringe. I think her old, you know, having a baby outside of the marriage, cheating on her for 30 years, husband, Kelvin was on the fringe, was making her on the fringe. And then you also have to remember her mother just passed away. Her mother just passed away. And let me tell you from personal experience, when a parent that you're close to passes away, it's like a bus hit you in your chest. It knocks the wind out of you. It takes you several years to get your footing back under you. It takes you, at least that's been my experience. And I can imagine that with all of those things that we talked about, plus her mother has been passed away, you know, plus the pressure of being on television every day in the limelight with all of that. Plus, you know, Wendy talks a lot of, Wendy is a queen of, Wendy is the queen of, you know, gossip. So, you know, when you're in that energy of gossip and being shred apart by the entertainment machine that she's the queen bee of, you know, sometimes that own energy comes back to you as well. And that might be to a lesser extent of what's happening with her. But I think all of those things that we mentioned for Wendy are probably causing her to really struggle in getting back underneath herself. Also, her son moved to Miami and her sister lives in Miami as well. And I don't think she has a really good relationship with her brother, even though he has been talking up in the media on her behalf recently. But yeah, I think all of those things have compounded. And she doesn't have her husband to be her crutch any longer. And as bad and as toxic as relationships can be, sometimes just that comfort of having somebody familiar, like a familiar friend or familiar relationship, can help you stay together. And I think for her, with that being gone plus everything else, I think she really buckled. And I think it's taking her a while to try to get back under her feet under her. What do you guys think? Do you guys think she should return for her last season? You know, this is her last season and her contract is up this year, I believe. So do you guys feel like she's going to return? And, you know, if she should even return, you know, to finish out the season strong. Do you feel like they're going to renew her contract moving forward? You know, but with that said, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But in the meantime, we are wishing her all the best. All the best. That woman has put in a lot into her career and has done the doggone thing over several years and have made a niche for herself. So yeah, you know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think for Wendy. In the meantime, guys, we have been on for a long time. You know, I'm just supposed to come on and kick it with you for a little bit. We've been talking for a bit. So if you're still here with me, I would love for you to smash that like button. Give a like button a kiss with your finger for me. I would so appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share a screen grab. Share a screen grab or a snippet of me ranting on your social media and tell people they need to subscribe to Kells. As I said in the beginning, I'm really trying to get back into my media thing, and I would so appreciate you guys' support in doing that. And I want to rebuild my trust with you guys and let you guys know that I am here, I am present. I'm gonna show my face each and every Friday. And yeah, we can do a little dance. We can do a little Friday night kickback and all of the above. If you're still here with me, leave some parting comments, some parting words in the chat. Livia is saying only if she can return. Would be sad to see her appear less than healthy during her send-off. Exactly. You always want to retire and finish on a high, right? So I would love to see her pull it together and come back for maybe a final week of Wendy, a farewell week of Wendy. But knowing her, she'd be up there crying every single day. And, you know, I just don't know if she would do that because, you know, she's so in love with that platform that she's rightly built. Yeah. I think I did hear somebody say, I don't know if it was Kempire or somebody, or Funky Dineva, my two faves right now in the pop culture scene. And they had said she would maybe do good with a podcast or back on the radio. You know, she cut her teeth and started her whole career in radio. And so I feel like television is a little higher bar to maintain. So maybe as her health she regains her strength, her mental, her spiritual, and her physical strength, Maybe she could start back her podcast and we could listen to her that way. I think a lot of us would listen to Wendy, you know what I mean? If the television is becoming too taxing for her. But I do realize that a woman like Wendy would probably see that as a step backwards and probably would rather just like walk away from the television show and never to be seen again. And kind of disappear shrouded in mystery. You know what I mean? I think somebody like Wendy would really find that like appealing, to just like, you know, disappear and leave people wondering, you know what I mean? Like, I think she would do that. But she could do a podcast and revive her audio career. Santi has asked me to drop my socials. Let me go ahead and drop my socials then, sis. I would so appreciate it. Let me drop my socials, and so if you guys want to do a screen grab or anything like that, I would so appreciate it. And shout me out. Let's do it. I'm gonna drop my socials right now. I am on Instagram at itskellscollective. And I'm gonna drop that right now. And then I'm on other platforms, but that's my primary one. I'm also on Facebook still. I'm a little bit, you know, I try to post on there, but if you're big on Facebook, I'm on there too, so I'll drop that. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter at itskellscollective as well. And I'm, of course, here on YouTube. So you can go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe. I would appreciate that. And yeah, I think we're good for the evening. I so appreciate you guys. You know I do these videos so you know you're not out here alone in this sometimes crazy dating world, and this sometimes crazy regular life world, and in this sometimes crazy adulting world. If this is your first time here, I would love for you to subscribe and join the It's Kells Collective. And if you are a returning oldie but a goodie, I so appreciate you. Come back next week Friday. I'll be live again. Drop me an email at itskellscollective@gmail.com. That is in the description below. And let me know what you want me to talk about. If you want to send me your dating drama, your dating tea, do that too, and we can talk about it here and brainstorm what we're about to do. Livy, I appreciate you so much. Santi, I appreciate you so much. Matthew, DB, everybody who popped in for the live tonight, I appreciate y'all, and I will see you next Friday. Bye, guys.